Writers, we've reached our last week of opinion writing. Way to go. This week, we're going to take everything we learned over the last 2 weeks and make this the very best week as we write reviews. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to share my screen. And now a review is when someone has an opinion about something that's the best, and they write in a way to convince their reader that they should agree with their opinion, similar to like we were doing with the collections, right? So one really popular review is movie reviews. You can find these everywhere. So I'm going to read this review aloud to you, and I want you to be thinking, like, what does this review writer include that makes this review really convincing and persuasive? And think about things that maybe you're going to want to try as you write your first review. So this is a movie review on The Incredibles. It says, do you like to read comic books? Do you love Batman or Spider-Man or Wonder Woman? Do you ever wish you had superpowers? If you do, then you need to see The Incredibles right now. Everything you love about superheroes is in this movie. The movie is about a whole family of superheroes, except they act and sort of look like a normal family. Mr. Incredible used to be one of the toughest superheroes, but now he works in a boring office. His wife, Helen, has also given up her superhero outfit, and now she uses her superpowers to be a mom. Their son, Dash, uses his super speed to be great at sports. Violet, who has the ability to turn invisible and enclose herself inside a force field, acts like a normal teenager. The baby Jack, my favorite, doesn't seem to have any superpowers, at least not in the beginning. Of course, like any superhero movie, there is a villain. When the evil syndrome appears on screen, the Incredibles have no choice but to spring back to action in superhero mode. You will love The Incredibles. This movie is non-stop fun. Last time I watched this movie, I've watched it 100 times. It's that good. I laughed so hard my belly hurt. I recommend this movie for superhero fans of all ages. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. So writers, think about some of the things that this review writer did to make this movie review super powerful. If you want to pause the screen and think about it and talk to somebody about it, go ahead and do that. If not, I'm going to show you some of the things that I noticed about this review that I know as you start your first review, you're going to want to think about including, right? And so think about the way the writer hooked us in, right? We know that anytime a writer writes something, they want to grab their reader's attention. Sometimes teachers call it a hook or a grabber or a lead. And so this writer chose to do a series of questions. And then bam, they add their opinion, right? They say, you need to see The Incredibles right now, right? That's that writer's opinion. You need to go see The Incredibles. Then what I like is they give this summary of the movie, right? So I kind of have a feeling, even if I know nothing about The Incredibles, like what this movie is sort of about, but they don't spoil the end, right? You don't want to spoil the end in a movie review because then somebody's not going to want to go watch it, right? If they already know what happens. And then I love here how this writer gives a little personal story. Some of you did this in the last couple of weeks in your opinion writing, where they say, I laughed so hard my belly hurt, right? I've watched it hundreds of times. That's adding a personal element to the review, so that's something you might want to try. And then at the very end, a lot of times reviews give a rating. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. I give it 5 out of 5 stars if they really loved it, right? So writers, just see how we can learn from this review as we begin to think about writing our very first review. That's what you're going to do today. You don't have to write a movie review. There's tons of different things you could review. Video games, TV shows, toys. I'm going to give you some ideas of things to review, but today you're going to give it a go the very best you can. Right? I can't wait to read your writing. Bye, writers.